Members' motion with no legislative effect. Members who wish to speak, please press the Request to Speak button. The Council will proceed to a debate on Mr. Andrew FAN's motion on advancing the development of marine economy in Hong Kong. Two members will move amendments to the motion. This Council will proceed to a joint debate on the motion and the amendment. I will first call upon Mr. Andrew FAN to speak and move the motion. Then I will call upon Mr. Stephen Ho and Mr. Wai-kong to speak in sequence, but they may not move the amendment at this stage. The joint debate now begins. I now call upon Mr. Andrew FAN to speak and move the motion. Mr. FAN.
Thank you, President. I move that the motion as printed on the agenda be passed. The outline of the National 15th Five-Year Plan stipulates advancing high-quality development of the marine economy, increasing the capacity for sea management, and moving faster in building China into a strong maritime country. Our country's maritime GDP exceeded 11 trillion RMB, and that's 7.9% of the overall GDP of the country. This figure shows the marine economy is a pillar of our country's economic growth. Where in the southern part of our country, we have the support of the rest of the Greater Bay Area. We're facing the 21st century maritime Silk Road. We're at the node of the maritime economy. We should seize this opportunity and advantage, which will contribute to our country's development. We face the sea on three sides. We have the unique favorable conditions for developing a marine economy. Capital flows in and out freely. We have a common law system that is well developed. We're connected with our country. We can align ourselves with the global maritime economy. We also have top-notch research. Many universities in Hong Kong have first-rate research teams. On marine ecology, we have remarkable results. We have a coastline of over 110 kilometers and more than 200 islands. All that gives us confidence in developing our marine economy. The marine economy covers a wide range of matters. Many government departments are involved, but we lack high-level coordination, and we end up with a piecemeal approach to the marine economy. We lack an overall plan. Many outlying islands remain underdeveloped. The traffic support falls behind. Our piers are aging. This vicious cycle leads to the loss of vitality on outlying islands, and we are wasting our potential with those islands. When we prepare our first five-year plan, we should be bold and determined in making it a strategic mission to build a strong port. We should draw on the mainland's advanced experience. We should strengthen top-level design. We need a systemic approach to building up and beefing up our marine economy. We should not let our blue resources lie idle. The mainland's coastal cities already have well-established marine economies. Zhejiang Province made developing the marine economy a top-level strategy back in 2003. They also launched their first outline development plan for the marine economy. Director Xiao Baolong also set up a task force coordinating many projects. In other cities, such as Shanghai, they came up with the first blueprint for their marine economy last year. The mayor personally took charge of the work. The experience of the mainland shows the mainland is working hard on the marine economy. For us, we have to do better. We cannot fall behind the curve. For our own five-year plan, we should focus on the following three tasks. First, drafting a sustainable maritime development blueprint. We have to focus on capacity, industries, and ecology. And this should be a guide for our ongoing measures. We also need a cross-departmental marine economy working group. We need a Secretary of Development, or SOD. We should bring together the government, the scientific research community and other stakeholders. We should coordinate policy making. We should bring together all the fragmented policies. Third, we need a collaboration mechanism for the marine economy in the Greater Bay Area. We should work with Guangdong and Shenzhen. We should share resources. We should achieve convergence of rules. We have to get the top level structure right, and then our marine economy will thrive. With the alignment right, with the top level structure right, we will have to double down on identifying the potential of our marine economy so that it can contribute to our economy. My motion covers a few aspects. I hope the government can look into these areas and take those matters forward. First, shipping. It's the pillar of the marine economy. It's also our ingredient of success. We should elevate the level of the Port and Maritime Development Action Blueprint. Ship management, marine insurance, and finance should be highlighted. We should explore maritime arbitration. We should cement Hong Kong's status as a dispute resolution center in the Asia Pacific. Going green and going smart should also be pursued for our port. Another area that warrants attention is the future industries in the marine economy. Our country released the first maritime pharmaceutical document, a policy document that covers an industry chain-wide plan. The plan is that by 2030, our country will roll out medicines based on the marine ecology. We have top-notch R&D and a well-established pharmaceutical basis. We have what it takes to develop maritime pharmacy. We should focus on ecological repairs and maritime pharmacy, so that for university research teams and also tech firms in this area, we should provide support and venues for lab tests. We should bring together the lab resources of tertiary institutions to create a maritime R&D platform, so that we can become a place for commercializing the maritime R&D. The government should also take a systematic approach to developing the outlying islands. We need coordinated development for land and sea. Our islands are great assets, but we are held back by our transport infrastructure, so we have to improve our water transport. We should bring in electric ferries, water taxis, and we should improve our pier facilities. In the long term, while protecting the maritime ecology, we should build bridges or rail links across islands, so that for larger islands with development potential, we should link up these islands. Appropriate development can link up the islands with the urban areas, and then we could create signature projects on islands, and then we can bring people, not just locals, but also visitors to those outlying islands. We should make the most of our ecological resources. We should step up collaboration with other GBA cities. We have the Deep Bay Mangrove, and also we have the Haiwan Coastal Park. Those areas are next to Shenzhen. We can work with Shenzhen in those two areas. Let's create cross-boundary ecotourism with Shenzhen so that we can welcome tourists together. The government should continue to improve the waterfront area on both sides of the Victoria Harbour. We should pursue the yacht economy, cruise tourism, and other high-end projects. We should turn the marine tourism into a new growth area for consumption. There are many options we can pursue for the marine economy. We can do blue finance, we can do mariculture, but in the interest of time, I won't go into every one. I still have something to say. More than 200 years ago, we relied on fishing and salt making. From 1842 to 1998, foreign invaders imposed 3 unequal treaties on Hong Kong and seized control of Hong Kong. Foreign invaders chose Hong Kong out of the 7,000 plus islands under the management of the Qing government. That's because of our favorable location. we served these invaders' interests. We are blessed with great conditions. So I'm throwing in my 2 cents worth. I want to see great ideas. Let's transform our potential into results so that we can achieve great success. I so submit. I will also listen carefully to the speeches of other members. Thank you. I now put the question to you that Mr. Andrew FAN's motion be passed.
Mr. Stephen Ho. Thank you, President. I thank Mr. Andrew FAN for moving this motion in relation to marine economy. In the last term, the DAB and myself already had eye on the potential of marine economy in Hong Kong. And in fact, on a number of occasions, we championed the idea of developing a marine economy. And in fact, our country has already laid a good foundation. In a work report of the government in 2026, there is clear support for overall planning of marine economy. And that means we have entered a new era. We need to put in place a detailed plan to promote marine economy. But like Mr. Andrew FAN said, we need to grasp the opportunities in Hong Kong. We have shortcomings that we should address, such as a top-level design. Well, we lack a macro view of marine economy strategy. We have we have policies in a peaceful manner. We have yet to unleash the full potential of the industry. For example, there is a lack of coordination among government departments in relation to, say, bunkering and also other matters. And the emerging industries are being marginalized. I think we should learn from the mainland experience. Now, Mr. FAN referred to Zhejiang, and let's not talk about Zhejiang. Let's talk about our neighboring cities. In Shenzhen and Zhuhai in 2024, they set up the Marine Development Bureau at the municipal level, and they consolidated the natural resources, and they worked with other bureaus in charge of agricultural and fisheries resources. And that in the 14th five-year plan, the agriculture production increased by 8 times, and there is also growth in terms of marine economy and yacht economy, and that's a double-digit percentage growth. Whereas in Hong Kong, we do not have any role to play in the process. In Shenzhen, they made a big breakthrough in the management model. That's land-sea coordinated management mechanism. There is the Natural Resources Planning Bureau of Shenzhen City in charge of planning, and it also works with the Ocean or the Marine Development Bureau. There is a clear approval mechanism with details provided in 6 areas, including fisheries, transportation, recreational uses, and also coastal reservation areas. Now, this is very important. In the Taipang's new area, over 70,000 square meters of marine testing sites are developed. And that's the crux of my amendment. I referred to the integrated marine technology test sites. Now, for the 7-kilometer site, enterprises have the opportunity to test robots and other kinds of technologies. As for the coastal reservation areas, innovative businesses can test, say, onshore power supply and also other navigation equipment. There is also a pier for autonomous sailing of vessels. In Hong Kong, we have a very good foundation for shipping, but in terms of the yacht economy, we do not have supporting facilities to build an industrial chain. In Japan, by 2027, the super yacht project in Kobe will be implemented, which can accommodate yachts of different sizes, including super yachts, and then within a 5-minute walk, people that can then reach the core business district and feel the vibrancy of the waterfront. And there will also be an express link to the airport, etc. Whereas in Hong Kong, we haven't even made a start. It's very difficult even to find a berth, let alone charging facilities. So the government should do more. I have 30 seconds left. I think to tackle the root of the problem, we need to tackle the problem of lack of coordination. Policies are rolled out in a piecemeal manner. Industrial development are not taking forward in a consolidated manner. We have ocean resources, we have the so-called beautiful bay, but we are not developing the related marine economy. The government should take forward development with comprehensive policies in this regard, starting from a top-level design. Mr. Lam Wai-kong, I thank Mr. Andrew FAN for moving the motion on advancing the development of marine economy in Hong Kong. The country's 15th five-year plan stipulates advancing high-quality development of the marine economy. We have the backing of our country. We're connected to the world. We also have a mature international shipping network. We have the R&D capabilities to support marine economy development. We should dovetail with the National 15th Five-Year Plan and support high-quality development of the marine economy. In my amendment, I have proposed focusing on talent cultivation, and that is we should enhance the formation of marine talent pool and cultivating local research talents as well. Now, maritime and port industries form the core of marine economy in Hong Kong. It contributes significantly to our economy, and local practitioners have a stronger sense of belonging to our industries as well. The government should put in more resources. I urge the government to expand the scope of subsidy of the MATF by raising the subsidy amount so as to help local practitioners upgrade in their skills and obtain professional qualifications. This will cater for the transformation of the industry. We need to sustain the development of the industry, and the crucial link is to cultivate local talents. Now, the MATF, or Maritime and Aviation Training Fund, was set up some time ago. It supports the cultivation of talents, but according to the progress report published in 2024 by the government, there is still a succession gap with a very dire problem of manpower shortage. Local practitioners are now in their 60s. They are aging. The workforce is aging fast, but there is a lack of new comers to the industry. Now, as the industry migrates towards green and smart development, there is a need to upgrade the skills of local practitioners. Now, I have also received feedback from labor unions and practitioners of the industry practitioners. They are in general willing to undertake training to tie in with the transformation of the sector. But there are also practical difficulties. For example, some of the training courses are very expensive. The training period is long, and frontline technicians find it hard to take time to take part in these training courses because of their long working hours. So there is a lack of systematic training for them. Also, there is this traditional concept of seafarers having to take up to do the heavy lifting, and it's a very difficult job. This deters young people from joining the industry. That is why in my amendment, I propose formulating the marine talent pool, and that we should promote collaboration among government, industry, and academic and R&D sectors so that we can provide jobs for the highly skilled university graduates and professionals and form a career ladder. We should also put in more resources to enhance public education by, say, holding seminars and talks, and revamp the image of the profession so as to enhance young people's understanding of the industry and to spark their interest in order to solve the problem of succession. We should expand the scope of subsidy of MATF and also raise the subsidy amount for some high-level skills should be included in the scope of subsidy, such as drones, smart port transportation, green shipping, etc. We should also leverage on the Greater Bay Area to provide training. We should standardize the qualification requirements so as to cater for the needs of in-service practitioners who find it hard to find time to receive training. We should grasp the opportunity as we go green and go smart. Hong Kong is the international shipping center. We must be able to groom local talents so as to catch up with our counterparts. The government is also promoting yacht economy, marine tourism, and the related industries. That means we should make sure there is good arrangements to groom local talents. I support Mr. Andrew FAN's motion and Mr. Stephen Ho's amendment. I urge members to support my amendment. I so submit.
Secretary for Transport and Logistics. Deputy President, I thank Mr. Andrew FAN for moving this motion and Mr. Stephen Ho and Mr. Lam Wai-kong for their amendments. This gives us an opportunity to discuss this topic. The marine economy has a very broad scope. As international organizations and various economies around the world define the marine economy differently, there is no unified international standard. Drawing reference from the mainland's industry classification of the marine economy, the government economist considers that our marine economic activities can be broadly categorized into 6 domains, cutting across the work of different policy bureaus. 1. Marine tourism. 2. Marine utilization, exploitation, production, and related manufacturing. 3. Wholesale and retail of marine products. 4. Marine public administration and social services. 5. Scientific research, technology, and information services. And 6. The maritime and port sector. The Transport and Logistics Bureau is responsible for driving the development of the maritime and port sector. I will also speak on behalf of other policy bureaus. Apart from myself, we have the Environment and Ecology Bureau, as well as the CSTB. Undersecretaries of these bureaus are with us today. We will carefully listen to members and we will respond and supply further information in our concluding remarks. Hong Kong has long been renowned for its international trade and capital flow. The maritime industry serves as a vital node connecting physical logistics and financial services. In the 2025 Xinhua Baltic International Shipping Center Development Index report, Hong Kong ranked 4th globally for 6 years running, fully reflecting our comprehensive strengths in our institutional environment, professional services, overall business environment, and so on. With intensifying regional competition, we must transition from competing on scale to competing on value. By focusing on enhancing capital efficiency and high-end services, we will drive the maritime-related industry chain to extend towards high-value-added segments. With geopolitical tensions mounting, we need to leverage on the port sector. Carbon markets, green transformation, digitalization, drive the development of this sector. We need to leverage on the critical window in the coming 5 to 10 years to drive the in-depth integration of the industry. We also need to leverage on our global influence. In addition to throughput, what matters more is whether we can attract international maritime enterprises to conduct their capital operations here, whether we can gather diverse and high-quality and high-end maritime services, and whether we can pull in nurture talent and innovative technologies. We need to upgrade from a traditional maritime and logistics node to a comprehensive maritime hub that combines our advantages in capital, services, innovation, talent, and institutions, realizing this synergistic development of maritime plus finance plus talent plus professional services. In November 2024, the government published an action agenda on green bunkering. At present, biofuel bunkering is available. and we have become one of the bunkering centers around the world. We have already commenced operation in relation to green methanol. We are enhancing our capabilities in this regard, and we have laid a solid foundation in this regard. In relation to shipping industry upgrading, we have the common law system, which is in alignment with the world. We have a mature financial market, which provides risk management tools, and so on. Hong Kong has the principle of one country, two systems. We are connected with the mainland's massive industrial and capital demands while we maintain internationalized market operations. We have a wide range of professional services such as ship leasing, maritime law, arbitration, and insurance. This forms a complete high-value added service ecosystem. Upgrading the maritime industry holds significant strategic value for both Hong Kong and our country. For Hong Kong, it helps enhance the diversity and counter-cyclical resilience of our economic structure while strengthening our status as an international financial center. For our country, we serve as an international platform for maritime capital and risk management, supporting mainland enterprises to go global while leveraging our institutional strengths to lower cross-border operating costs and uncertainties. At the regional level, Hong Kong can achieve a synergistic division of labor in logistics, capital, and services with mainland ports and the GBA, boosting the overall competitiveness of the GBA port cluster. President, I'd like to turn to the responses on this motion prepared by other policy bureau. Marine ecological resources form the foundation for developing the marine economy. The EEB and AFCD are proactively promoting the sustainable development of the fishery sector while safeguarding our marine ecology. On marine ecological protection, we have 8 marine parks and 1 marine reserve. These cover a protected sea area of over 8,500 hectares. With ecotourism and island tourism gaining popularity in recent years, the AFCD regularly organizes educational activities in marine parks to promote marine etiquette. Last year, the AFCD also signed memoranda of understanding with relevant authorities of the Guangdong Provincial and Shenzhen Municipality governments. These establish a joint rescue mechanism for large aquatic wildlife and step up the protection of Chinese white dolphins, thus fostering marine ecological conservation efforts in both places. On fisheries development, the EEB is implementing the blueprint for the sustainable development of agriculture and fisheries to provide financial and technical support to the trade. This drives the modernization and intensification of the fishery sector to facilitate its upgrading and transformation. We need to cut red tape to proactively develop leisure fisheries, and we also aim to launch a new unified brand for sale, high-quality and low-carbon local agriculture and fisheries products. With regard to marine technology R&D, the ITIP has been committed to enhancing our local I&T ecosystem, providing support for various technology fields, including marine technology in terms of funding, scientific research, startups, and talent. Hong Kong now hosts 15 SKLs, that is, State Key Laboratory, one of which is the SKL of Marine Environmental Health, which contributes to the protection and management of the marine environment. Through the Technology Startup Support Scheme for Universities, the Innovation and Technology Commission provides funding to 6 designated local universities to support their teams in establishing technology startups and commercialization their R&D outcomes. Some of the funded startups are also engaged in these projects. The ITIP will continue to foster collaboration between local universities and mainland, as well as overseas institutions and research bodies, and support research work related to marine technology. On upgrading marine tourism experiences, the CSTB points out that Hong Kong enjoys an advantageous geographical location. In the Hong Kong Tourism Industry Development Blueprint 2.0, it touches upon making good use of the rich tourism resources of our islands and coastlines. This includes fully utilizing the water body of Victoria Harbour and the harbourfront to create more mega events and tourism experiences. It advocates developing island tourism under the premise of protecting and respecting the ecological environment while taking into account the carrying capacity of the islands. Regarding the transport network connecting the outlying islands, there are at present 14 licensed passenger ferry routes providing essential waterborne transport services for the travel of outlying island residents, covering tourist hotspots such as Cheung Chau, Mui Bo, and Tai O. 54 ferry routes provide non-regular services. There could be flexible scheduling options for these 54 routes. We hope to flexibly meet the demands for different tourist hotspots. In this regard, the Transport Department maintains liaison with other transport operators. We aim to meet transport demands of tourists. We will also optimize transport arrangements. Regarding regarding GBA Yacht Freedom Travel Scheme, 9 cities are allowed to. 9 yachts from 9 cities are allowed to come to Hong Kong, visa-free. At the same time, the Marine Department is actively working with the Guangdong counterpart to work on facilitating measures for northbound sailing for Hong Kong yachts and southbound sailing for mainland yachts. We will make announcements when we have such information available. In the interest of time, I'm going to share more on telenurturing in my concluding remarks. My colleagues from other relevant policy bureau will carefully listen to members and provide detailed responses in our concluding remarks. Thank you, President.
Mr. Jonathan Lau. Thank you, President. Hong Kong is surrounded by waters, is an island spanning 1,180 kilometers. The waters account for 60% of the area of Hong Kong. The Liberal Party supports developing marine economy. We're rich in ocean resources. We need to dovetail with the country's plan and fulfill the country's vision of building China into a strong maritime country. Since opening up our port, we have enjoyed our advantage because of the geographical location, and gradually we have developed from a fishing port into a major trading hub around the world. The cargo throughput in recent years have continued to drop. Still, Hong Kong is an international transport center and logistics hub, and about 80% of global freight would come via Hong Kong to elsewhere. And the shipping industry brings ancillary benefits to other related industries as well. We, for example, serve ocean liners, and they bring in frozen food such as salmon and meat and other fresh provisions. Some of the ingredients will further, some of the ingredients will further be exported to the mainland or other Asian markets. So Hong Kong is a hub in a sense. We need to support the development of the F&B industry in Hong Kong, and that means that the Liberal Party would like the government to step up its efforts in developing smart ports with the use of AI and big data analytics to further enhance the operational efficiency. And we should also develop Hong Kong into a green maritime fuel bunkering center, collaborating with neighboring ports so as to build a regional green maritime corridor. Yacht tourism is also a major aspect of marine economy. We can attract high-spending visitors and lift our image as a tourism hub. We have very good natural scenery. We also have navigation courses very suitable for developing yacht tourism. Now, we're short of berths, however. Some of the yachts will take up the berths in typhoon shelters, and that affects other commercial vessels during inclement weather. The government should increase berths in the former in the ex-Lama Quarry, as well as the expansion area of Aberdeen Typhoon Shelter and the former Hong Ham waterfront. Now, when it comes to developing yacht economy, we need to have the supporting services as well, such as repair and maintenance, but there is a lack of manpower resources and a succession problem. Now, for general shipyards under the GEP, General Employment Policy, they can import technicians, but in the long run, we need to step up training for local repair personnel as well, so as to sustain the development of the sector. It is equally important to provide supporting facilities near the berthing spots, so as to serve the crew, such as food F&B facilities. We have 263 islands in Hong Kong. We have the potential to further develop island hopping tours and marine eco tours to enrich the experience of visitors. In order to unleash the potential, we need to improve the transport infrastructure to make the islands more accessible. Now, we need to encourage operators to run more routes, and we also need to upgrade the piers. In 2017, the government introduced the Pier Improvement Program covering 23 public piers, and yet the progress has been slow. So far, the upgrading works for 10 piers have been completed, and that's not quick enough. Hong Kong is famous for its seafood. Many visitors have come to Hong Kong to try our seafood, and yet we're affected by the seasonal fluctuations and limitations in terms of resources. Now, the government plans to set up new fish culture zones in Wong Chuk Hoi and Tat Mun, Pierce Bay, and that with technology we have successfully increased the production of various species of fish. And the Liberal Party would like the government to provide more support so as to further expand the industrial chain and produce high-quality seafood and make a better brand for Hong Kong. We can also tap the mainland market. We are rich in ocean resources. We have a lot of potential. I hope the government can optimize the use of resources to promote marine economy so as to take a multi-pronged approach.
Mr. Duncan Cho. President, I support Mr. Andrew FAN's motion and all amendments. The marine economy and the sustainable blue economy are now becoming part of a strategy pursued by different places. The focus is on clean energy, green shipping, high-end equipment, maritime conservation, and sustainability management. In 2021, the U.S. proposed an Asia-Pacific rebalancing strategy. Back in 2012, our country also proposed turning our country into a strong maritime country. And that has enabled this strategic positioning. Our country is trying to move faster to become a strong maritime country. In 2025, our country's maritime GDP was 11 trillion RMB, or 7.9% of the country's GDP as a whole. In terms of power generation at sea, maritime fisheries, our country is a leading power. Now, for the Blue Medicine Initiative, our country now makes up 28% of the drugs based on the marine ecology. Our country is pursuing the Blue Medicine Initiative, desalination, and also deep sea equipment. Our country is also pursuing a conservation strategy for each bay. Now it's now building a Lushan Maritime Lab. There are also other new energy initiatives our country is pursuing. Back in April 2025, the U.S. put forward a maritime bill. The blue economy covers mines, shipbuilding, tourism, fisheries, mariculture, and also coastal resilience. They plan to designate at least 7 coastal clusters covering 5 areas, 5 lakes, and also the Gulf of Mexico. In 2021 and 2025, the European Union also launched their own Sustainable Maritime Development Blueprint and also the European Maritime Convention. They focus on the ecology, the competitiveness of the blue economy, the focus on the coastal community. They want to take forward coastal research. They want to strengthen maritime safety, maritime diplomacy. In 2025, South Korea also announced their own maritime strategy, they're going to commit 3.7 trillion won, cover into areas such as maritime conservation, and fisheries, among other areas. There's a global race to develop the marine economy. We cannot fall behind. We are a special region of our country. We also at the southern gateway of our country. We should make the most of our strength. We should make the most of the South China Sea resources. We should align with our country's 5-year plan. But then the marine economy falls into the purview of multiple government departments, and we lack a top-level design. That's what's holding us back. So we should work on our top-level design. For deep-sea exploration and marine development, we need a strategy. We also need a dedicated fund for scientific research in the marine economy. We should encourage local universities and tech firms to take part in maritime research. We should also leverage our strength in the marine economy. We should get the blue planning right for the northern metropolis. We should focus on high value-adding industries. We should leverage the loop. We should focus on R&D and commercialization for genetic research in the marine economy. We should also deepen collaboration with the rest of the GPA on deep-sea exploration, deep-sea pharmacy. We should foster collaborative innovation between Hong Kong universities and their mainland peers, and we should pursue areas in high value-adding services such as maritime insurance. We should also build a maritime big data center and hub. We should strengthen collaboration with the mainland cities. We should also create a research R&D base for deep-sea robotics. And we can have research in Hong Kong, manufacturing in the mainland. We create this whole industry chain of deep-sea robots. We should open up more coastal areas for local R&D bodies and tech startups to run tests at sea. I hope the government can consider these ideas as so submitted to support the motion and all amendments. Ms. Christine Fong. Thank you, President. I support Mr. Andrew FAN's motion and also the 2 amendments from Mr. Stephen Ho and Mr. Lam Wai-kong. The Chinese say we make do with what we have nearby. Hong Kong is an international shipping center. We also have people like Mr. Wai-kong and Tong Ho Wan who are shipping entrepreneurs. In this new stage of development, the sea has implications for the economy, culture, and people's lives. Recently, Norway recovered China from 600 meters under sea. This shows the sea promises unlimited potential. In Sai-kong, we have the Sharp Island Yim Tin Chai and the High Island Reservoir East Dam. Many locals and out-of-town visitors flock to those areas. This shows that marine tourism and cultural tourism have huge potential. Across the globe, the marine economy is becoming more important. Japan is negotiating with the Philippines about boundaries at sea. So there's a scramble for maritime resources. Our country is also pursuing the Arctic Silk Road. They're also pursuing collaboration in polar exploration. I took part in the Arctic exploration. There's a Bohemia Station Research Lab, and there's also a Yellow River Station. This shows that the marine economy is now covering frontier exploration. This shows the marine economy is not just about the sea now, but also the sea of the future. Hong Kong is an international shipping center. We have a well-established logistics system. We also have many universities with the R&D capacity in maritime research with PolyU, Hong Kong U, and HKUST. The resources are, however, scattered. We lack holistic coordination and top-level design. The National 15th Five-Year Plan also proposes developing the maritime economy ecosystem. Take Xiamen as an example. They're trying to host the Secretariat of the Biodiversity Convention Organization. And they're trying to work with different provinces to pursue R&D and governance. And that can be a point of reference for Hong Kong's marine economy. I have a few suggestions. The Financial Secretary should set up an office on marine economy, and the FS should coordinate the marine economy. We should work with our country, and we should coordinate resources and complement our mainland partners. We should also step up on marine education. On my third point, under the Environment and Ecology Bureau, we should set up a fund on maritime research and public education. We thrived because of the sea. The sea gives us global connections. In our first 5-year plan, we should get the top-level design right so that we can become a city truly based on the marine economy. I so submit and support the motion. We will not have time to conclude the motion today. I now suspend the Council until 9 a.m. tomorrow.